So what does it really take to change someone that society has completely written off? Someone labeled as irredeemable? Well, today, we're diving into a dramatic 500-year-old story about two infamous brothers and the powerful act of compassion that sparked their unbelievable transformation.
All right, so picture this. We're in a place called Navadvipa, about 500 years ago. And at the heart of our story are two brothers, Jagai and Madhai. Now, these guys weren't just your average criminals. Their reputation was so monstrous that they cast this shadow of pure terror over the entire region.
And this fear, it went way beyond just being physically afraid of them. It was like a spiritual contamination. The sources tell us that people felt so impure by their very presence that they would literally go bathe in the holy Ganges River if the brothers' shallows even touched them. Just imagine that, being seen as so vile that your shadow alone is considered a pollutant.
And that really brings us to the core question here, right? When someone is considered this far gone, this irredeemable by an entire society, what on earth could possibly happen to turn that around? Is redemption even on the table for people like them? To really understand the sheer scale of the change we're about to see, we first need to get a handle on just how deep their depravity went. This wasn't some minor crime spree. This was a full-blown reign of terror.
I mean, just look at this list of sins. It's staggering. They were addicted to alcohol, and they committed basically every crime you can imagine, plundering homes, setting fires, atrocities against women. And, most shockingly, they were said to be involved in the daily murder of Brahmins, the priestly class. No one, and I mean no one, dared to stand up to them.
But here's the tragic twist in their story. Jagai and Mādhāi, they weren't born this way. They were actually the sons of Brahmins from a really respectable family. The account says that it was bad company that led them down this path, making them descend into this demonic state, which, makes their fall from grace even more profound.
So into this world of absolute violence and fear, two figures arrive, and they have a very, very different agenda. They're not there to punish Jagāi and Mādhāi. They're there to offer something completely unexpected, a path to mercy.
So these catalysts for change are Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityānanda Prabhu. According to the tradition, Chaitanya is Lord Krishna himself, who has appeared in the form of a devotee with this beautiful golden complexion. And Nityānanda? He's an incarnation of Lord Balarama, and his specific mission, his purpose, was to deliver the most fallen souls. He was the one who would first set his compassionate sights on our two brothers.
Now, Nityananda's mission was actually pretty strategic. He saw this as way more than just saving two souls. He believed that if men as sinful as Jagai and Mādhāi could actually be redeemed, it would be the ultimate proof of Chaitanya's power and mercy. Their transformation would become this legendary story, a testament to his glory for everyone to see.
So with this mission in mind, Nityananda decides he's going to approach the unapproachable. And this decision, as you can probably guess, leads directly to the story's violent climax, a moment that would really test the absolute limits of compassion itself.
Nityananda, along with his companion Haridas, literally walks right up to the drunken brothers. Everyone's telling them they'll be killed, but they ignore the warnings. And they make this simple plea: just stop your sinful lives and chant the name of Krishna. They're offering a path to salvation to men who only ever dealt in destruction.
The response is swift, and it is brutal. Madhai, absolutely furious at being preached to, grabs a piece of a broken pot and strikes Nityananda right on the head. Blood starts pouring out. This is the moment of truth, an act of pure compassion met with pure, unadulterated violence.
What happens next is what makes this story so legendary. The response to this attack is completely unthinkable, and it comes from a few different people in ways that absolutely no one could have predicted. Instead of anger, Nityananda responds with pure, unadulterated compassion. Bleeding from his head, he tells Madhai that the real pain he feels isn't from the wound. It's for the suffering Madhai has inflicted on himself by living such a sinful life. I mean, it is just a stunning display of empathy in the face of a violent assault.
But then, as Madhai gets ready to strike him again, the truly unthinkable happens. Jagai, his own brother in crime, intervenes. He grabs Madhai's arm and tells him to stop. He asks him, "What could you possibly gain by killing this holy man?"
It's the very first glimmer of a conscience we see from either of them.
Right at that moment, Sri Chaitanya arrives on the scene, and when he sees his beloved devotee Nityānanda wounded, he's filled with rage. He summons his Sudarshana chakra, his divine weapon, and he fully intends to kill Madhai for what he's done. The situation just escalated from a street assault to a moment of divine judgment.
But Nityānanda steps in again, this time to save his attackers. He pleads with Chaitanya, saying he didn't feel any pain from the blow. And then he makes this crucial point. He highlights that Jagai had protected him from the second attack. He uses one brother's small act of mercy to plead for the lives of both.
And that single plea, it completely changes the course of events. Instead of divine punishment, what we're about to witness is a step-by-step process of profound, life-altering transformation.
So here's how it all unfolds, in 5 key steps. First, Chaitanya is so moved by Jagai's intervention that he embraces him, instantly granting him pure devotion. But then he rejects Madhai, telling him his only hope is to get forgiveness from Nityānanda himself. So, Madhai immediately falls at Nityananda's feet, begging for mercy. And of course, Nityānanda forgives and embraces him without a second thought. And finally, Chaitanya accepts them both, with one simple command: commit no more sins.
And the transformation was absolute. The two men whose very shadows once contaminated the ground they walked on became devout followers. They joined the very movement they used to terrorize. Their lives were just completely, unrecognizably changed forever.
So, this ancient story leaves us with a very modern question, doesn't it? When we're faced with wrongdoing, what is our ultimate goal? Is it just punishment, or is it, as this story suggests, the radical, almost unbelievable potential for rehabilitation and redemption? Thanks for watching The Explainer.